Now let's consider this example. I would urge you to pause the video and try the question on your own. Don't forget, no pain, no gain. Mathematics is not a spectator of sport. The height reached and kept by great men were not attained by sudden flight, but they, while their companions slept, were toiling upwards in the night. With maths, you have to put in time and effort. Very important. Put in time and effort and you'll be able to understand. Make sure you go to class on time. I would advise you sit in front, put down everything that the teacher will put on the board, ask your questions, and after the class, sit down, solve questions on your own, and that will make you a great and a very wonderful mathematician. Now, the question is, make the variable shown in bracket the subject of the following. So the first one, which is a past question, we have m over n minus y equal to n over m plus y. Now from here, what do? We cross multiply. We want to make y the subject, so we cross multiply. So we have m, we are cross multiplying m plus y equal to this also go here, so we cross multiply, very, very important. And we have n minus y, so this multiplying this multiplying that. We want to make y the subject, but this that we want to make the subject is in a bracket. What do? We expand using the distributive property. So let's expand. Now m times m, that's m squared. M times y, we have my. Now n times n, that is n squared. N times y, we have and y. We want to make y the subject. From here, what do? We group like terms. So we have my, there's ny here, so this has to come here. My, this negative crossing, that's positive. Ny equal to, we have n squared. This n squared crossing going here, we have squared. We have m squared. Now we want to make y the subject. So the question is that why did we group like terms? We have y here, we have y. We want to make that y the subject. So we have to collect it. Let it be on one side. So if we have y, what do? We factorize the y out. So we have y out m plus n. Y common factor, factorize. And this is equal to n squared over m squared. We want to make y the subject. So we divide by what is multiplying the y, which is m plus n. So we have y m plus n over m plus n equal to now n squared minus m squared. So we have n squared minus m squared all over m plus n. What can we see here? This is cancelling out that. So we have our y to be equal to n squared minus m squared all over m plus n, all over m plus n. So we have n squared minus m squared over m plus n. But then looking at the numerator, that's difference of two squares. Excellent, difference of two squares. What is, if you have a squared minus b squared, it is a minus b, a plus b. So you have n squared minus m squared, which is n minus m, n plus m. So we have our y to be equal to n minus m, n plus m, all over m plus n. Very, very important. Now, let's see, so you have n squared minus m squared. So that's n minus m, n plus m. But n plus m is the same as what? M plus n. Why? Addition is commutative. So this and that is cancelling out. Therefore, our y is equal to n minus m. Wow, that's a past question. Very, very easy. I believe you understand. If you don't understand, play back for better understanding. Now you see the numbers on the screen. Make sure you call the numbers on the screen for a copy of the pen drive. Now let's consider the second question. So with the second question, we want to make t the subject. We have q over m equal to cube root r over a minus a over t squared. We want to make t the subject, but this cube root. Now we want to make t the subject, but this t is in the cube root. What do we do to eliminate the cube root? We have to cube both sides. Very, very important. We have to cube both sides. So we cube both sides. So we have q over m all to the power 3 equal to r over a minus a over t squared all to the power 3. Now let's see, this is cancelling out that. The cube is cancelling the cube root. So this is also the same as q to the power m, no, q to the power 3 over m to the power 3. Because if you have a over b to the power n, it's a to the power n, b to the power n. And this is equal to r over a minus a over t squared. We want to make t the subject. What's the LCM? The LCM is what? A m t. So our LCMs, we have a m cube t squared times q cube over m cube. LCM, multiply each time by the LCM, equal to a m cube t squared times r over a minus a m cube t squared times a over t squared. And now let's see, m cube cancelling m cube, a cancelling a, t squared cancelling t squared. So we have a t squared q cube equal to m cube t squared r minus a, you see a times a squared m cube, because this and this cancelling, a times a squared. We want to make t the subject. There's t here, there's t here. What do? We group like them. So this will come here, this will also move here. Now this is negative, and cross it becomes what? Positive. So you have a squared m cube equal to m cube t squared r. So this is moving here, now this is moving to this side, minus a t squared q cube. Now t squared, common factor, we factorize the t. We want to make t the side, so we factorize the t squared out. T squared, we have m cube r minus a q cube. That's what we have. We want to make t the side, so we divide both sides by what is multiplying the t, which is m cube r minus a q cube. So we have a squared m cube all over m cube r minus a q cube equal to t squared m cube r minus a q cube all over m cube r minus a q cube. Now this and that is cancelling out. Therefore, we have a t squared equal to a squared m cube all over m cube r minus a q cube, making t the subject. We want to make t the, not t squared, but then t the subject. Now the square becomes square root. So you have a t to be equal to plus or minus square root of a squared m cube over m cube r minus a q cube. And here we have been able to make t the subject. Very, very easy. This video together with other videos are available on a pen drive. It has been arranged topic by topic from Form 1 all the way to Form 3. Excellent, wonderful questions are solved. Now let's consider this example. This is a past question. I would urge you to pause the video and try the question on your own. Don't forget, no pain, no gain, and the height reached and kept by great men were not attained by sudden flight. But they, while their companions slept, were toiling upwards in the night. Have you seen the telephone number on the screen? Kindly call the numbers for a copy of the pen drive. Amazing pen drive. You have all the lessons, that is from Form 1 all the way to Form 3. Everything is available on the pen drive together with the past questions. You've solved a lot of past questions. We arranged topic by topic. Now the first one, we have given the relation t equals square root of u over 1 over f plus 1 over j. I make j the subject of the relation. I find j when t equals to 3, f equals to 4, and u is equal to 5. So the first one, we have t to be equal to square root of, we have u over 1 over f plus 1 over j. Now, we want to make j the subject, but this j is in a radical. What do? We have to square both sides. Very, very important. Square both sides. Please pause the video and try the question on your own. So we square both sides. So we have t squared equal to square root of u over 1 over f plus 1 over j. We square both sides. So this is cancelling out that. So we have t squared to be equal to u over 1 over f plus 1 over j. We want to make j the subject. From here, what do? This over 1. We can cross multiply. So from your cross multiply, we have t squared, and everything is moving here. So 1 over f plus 1 over j equal to u times 1. U times 1 is the same as u. But you shouldn't forget that this t squared can be considered as over 1. Now, anytime you are multiplying two rational numbers, if you have a over b times c over d, it's going to be a times c and then b times d. So numerator times numerator, denominator times denominator. But this t squared is over 1. So t squared times 1, that's t squared. So you have here t squared over f, because 1 times f is f, plus t squared times 1, so you have t squared, 1 times j, we have j equal to u. What's the LCM? The LCM is fj, so we multiply each term by the LCM, which is fj. So we have fj times t squared over f plus fj times t squared over j equal to fj times u. Now from here, what can we see? This f is cancelling the f, this j cancelling the j. So j times t squared, we have j t squared plus f times t squared. F t squared equal to f j u. F j u. Now we want to make j the subject. That's what the question says, j the subject. Now look at there's j here, there's j here. Now let's take this to that side. So we have f t squared equal to f j u minus j t squared. We want to make j the subject. J, factorize the j out. So we have f t squared equal to j, and we have f u minus t squared. We want to make j the subject. So we divide by what is multiplying the j, which is this. So we have f t squared over f u minus t squared equal to, we have our j f u minus t squared over f u minus t squared. So clearly, what can we see? This one is cancelling out. That's 1. So we have j to be equal to f t squared over f u minus t squared. So we have been able to make j the subject. That's the first one. I believe you are okay. If you don't understand, play back the video for better understanding. You can pause the video Now, let's see. So that is the first one. That's the first one, making J. So now the second one says that find J when T is 3, F is 4, and U is 5. So the second one, J is equal to, now we have FT squared. What is F? F is 4. What is T? T is 3, so you have 3 squared. All over FU. FU, what is F? F is 4. What is U? U is 5. Minus T squared. That is 3 squared. 3 squared. This is equal to, now 3 squared is 9. 9 times 4, and we have 36 over 4 times 5. That's 20. 3 squared, that's 9. 3 squared, that's 9. So from here, we have 36 over, now 20 minus 9. Clearly, this is giving us 11. Now, 11 will go into 36. How many times? That's 3 times 33. And we have 3 over 11. Wow, that's it. That's it. Very, very easy. Very, very interesting as well. Are you going to write WASI? Are you going to write NOVDEC? Do you have any challenge? Call the numbers that you are seeing on the screen and get a copy of the pen drive.